I'm always intrigued by the differences between, white people and black people. It's just, because being biracial, I always get to just kind of see from both sides, and it's kind of amusing to me. And like, in the world of like drugs and alcohol, you know, black people just made drugs look cool. You know what I mean? I mean, it started way back in the, actually, well, weed was introduced like in 1600s, Jamestown. They were smoking it up, but it was mainly for medicinal purposes. And then in 1910, a whole bunch of Mexican immigrants started smoking up weed until blacks saw it. And then in the 1920s, they introduced it in the, jazz clubs, and they did that for years, decades. Just made it look cool, just sitting there, boom, 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 doing their little, playing their little trumpet, high as hell. And then in the 1950s, that's when white people took it back. They're like, this is our business. The beatniks did that, and then they introduced that in middle class white America. Little marijuana history for you. But blacks, man, they always made it look good. When you look at, like, you see it on TV, you see it on movies, you see your friends, just smoking it. Just letting the clouds all over them, made it look cool. Then you got white people that just took it and they just did crazy shit with it. Instead of just rolling it up and smoking it, they got the bong, doing all types of crazy shit, introducing new drugs, acid, PCP, ecstasy, shrooms, all types of shit. I don't know. I don't think black people even wanted to ever go that route. I mean, I couldn't see a black guy sit in front of a pile of cow shit and then try to experiment by eating a mushroom that was grown in cow shit. Couldn't even imagine it. But it's interesting. But all the ways that white people do it are fun. I mean, I've smoked bongs and all that stuff. It's just crazy stuff. And I got a brother, and my brother Boo, he's my half brother. He's all black, meaning his mom and dad are both black, and and he won't even touch any of that stuff. He only smokes joints, and that's it. He won't go near a bong. He won't go near a blunt. He won't do any of that. Just, it's too scientific for him, he says. Then you also have alcohol. I mean, and black people just made it look cool. You know what I mean? We put names to stuff. We got the Irk and Jerk. You got your Mad Dog 2020. You know what I mean? You got OE. I mean, the 40 ounce. You got everything. You know what I mean? I mean, they made it look good. And then it was cool. Tipping your 40 for your homie, for your dead homie. I mean, who hasn't tipped a little bit for the dead homie? Then white people took over and like, all right, we see how you're doing it. Now we're just gonna evolutionize it. We're gonna bring it to a new millennium. We're gonna start poking holes in cans and drinking it as fast as we can, just taking it to the dome. We're gonna call it shotgun. We're gonna do case races. We're gonna take 21 shots in a row on your birthday. We're gonna do all types of crazy stuff. It's just interesting how that comes into play. But see, that's okay. White people can dominate that. They can take their drugs. They can take their alcohol. Black people don't care. Why? Because black people own sports. They own it. The white man invented it. Black people just perfected it, dominated, took over. They got baseball. They got your soccer. Pele. Heck, they even took golf. Hundreds of years. White people have been banging around balls. Then one day, this little black dude named Tiger said, I'm going to take over this shit. And I'm just going to own it. That was his way of getting back at the white man. By hitting little white balls all around the golf course, Black people just own it. Football. Surprised black people ain't getting, NASCAR yet. I mean, what's up with that? I know you brothers know, you know how to drive. I see you running around with your rims and, kicking back with your hydraulics just bumping. I mean, maybe you could, go out there. You black guy, you could be the first NASCAR champion. Rolling around in a Ford. So maybe, heck, forget a Ford. Hook it up with a Cadillac. Get a Snoop DeVille. Throw a big ass engine in there. Get that bitch rolling on D's. Just with a little smoking your joint. boom, rolling around the track, not even caring. First NASCAR black guy. You can do it. You can do it. You can be the champion. All right. So it's just interesting, the differences, you know. So I'm sure in the end it's 50-50. You know, white people with the drugs and alcohol, black people with the sports. It equates. It equates. But where does that leave me then? You know, mulatto man, mixed boy here. You know, maybe that's why I gotta, you know, drink on the golf course, or you know, maybe you know, smoke a bong before I gotta roll up on that bitch.